Well, thank you for tuning in for the replay. If you're watching the replay right now, this is a new weekly Periscope that I'm doing, and it's Mailbag Monday, and I'm holding a sneaker because we're talking all about footwear today. We're talking about what you should wear for dance fitness classes. This is one of my favorite pairs, but I'm also going to show you some other options depending on what specifically you're doing. So I'm going to flip this around. Guys, it is Christine here, and I got the music kicking in the office, and the location is off, so we'll probably have far less people on this Periscope than normally when I do a daily dose of dance in the morning. So if you have never met me before, I am Christine Gallagher DeFilippis, and I am a fitness professional, and I love first creating fun fitness programming that you move to music, because music just inspires me to just work out, because working out isn't always fun. So that music is my driving force. So I create dance and bar fitness programs. So feel free to follow me to have a daily dose of dance every single morning. On Monday afternoons, I'm going to be doing Mailbag Mondays, which I answer your questions. And I already have a few questions that I've received. So today I'm going to focus on those questions. But if you have any other questions, feel free to just type in the comments. If I don't see them now because I'm focused on just sharing this material, then I'll make sure to answer them either by tweeting you or by sending you a message, or in future Periscopes like this, I can answer your specific question. So today, I'm talking all about footwear. Footwear, look at this crazy piece of footwear. A lot of people ask me in my classes, if you're a group fitness instructor, maybe people ask you in your classes, what should we wear on our feet? Because a lot of people do lots of different things. So they run, they may go cycling, they may do a weightlifting class, they may go to the weight room in the gym, they may dance, they may do things outside, they may do stuff inside. So for dance fitness, that's what this specific Periscope is about today, this specific video. This question that I get about what footwear to wear is for dance fitness classes. So if you take any kind of hip hop, Zumba, cardio dance, red hot dance fitness, which is what I teach, you can apply this across the board, and it's going to shift depending on a couple things. What specifically you do, what you lean towards. Do you pivot more? Do you jump more? Do you do a lot more hip hop? And also just what feels comfortable for your feet, for your ankles, and just overall what you're doing. So I'm going to, again, show you a few things that I use. And I'm going to start with what a lot of my students use. And this is what a lot of dance fitness students use. And this is a dance sneaker. And it may just look like a sneaker, but it's a dance sneaker. And the reason why it is a dance sneaker and you wouldn't want to use it for anything else is because it basically bends in half. The sole is only halfway, heel and ball of the foot. And what makes this really great, Capezio makes this, Block makes this. You can probably find this in sneaker stores now because of the interest in dance fitness is huge right now. But back in the day, you'd have to go to a dance store where you get like tap shoes, jazz shoes, and get these what we'd use in hip hop classes. But you could probably find this in a sneaker store now. What's great about this is if you do a lot of pivoting. If you want mobility in your foot, you want to be able to bend your foot, go up on the ball of your foot and balance, be able to turn easily. These are going to be the best for you because of the fact that you are able to, the shoe is very pliable. So you're going to be able to have movement in your foot. So again, this is great if you like to pivot, if you turn. The big thing about pivoting, and I'll show you some other sneakers that are good for pivoting as well, we really want to protect our knees. And if you go to pivot and your foot sticks and your knee moves, you can then torque your knee, which is a very, very painful and bad thing. I don't want you doing that because then you won't be able to dance anymore. You'll be under the knife. So stick with shoes that will help you pivot and move during class. Now, if you like to jump a lot, and I am a jumper, I love to just get some air. These aren't always the best for me because they don't have a lot of support. In fact, my running days, I really started to develop plantar fasciitis, so I steer away from anything that doesn't have a lot of support. again, when I used to run, I used to use the barefoot minimalist shoes. And these are really great if you don't want any support, if you want lots of movement. There have a lot of shoes that aren't this minimal either, that you can get somewhere between the two. But these are, if you're not already going minimal, you're going to feel, you're going to need to get your body used to these kind of shoes. So this is just for those of you that are using minimalist shoes when you run. You can absolutely dance in something like this as well, because you're going to have that movement in your feet. You can even do classes barefoot. But what I like to use is something that allows me to pivot but gives me support. And that's something like a studio shoe. It has some lateral movement here. And the big thing you want to look at, pick up the sneaker and see if it has a pivot point right on it. There you go. Pivot point. This is going to help you pivot. Like I said, you don't want to get stuck where you're at. So Ryka, like I said, I love my Rykas. I have tons of Rykas. They all have the pivot point on them. I get them in just about every color, and that way I can change them out. You want to make sure that you are changing out your sneakers when they start wearing out, and it's going to depend. For running shoes, they say like how many miles you run. It's hard to tell with dancing, because if you're jumping more than the person next to you, you may wear through them quicker. I'm going to show you a good example too. I wear out this particular style of Rykas. Can't remember which one it is, but you can see on the side, this is coming apart. This toe box is narrower than, say, this toe box. You can even see, like, I kind of push out on the side. So in the front of my foot, it just doesn't have the support that I need. So I'll wear through these before I wear through these. These are actually older than these, and I'm already wearing through them quite quickly. I like to change mine out as well. So if you get a couple different pairs, they'll last a little bit longer, as well as not wearing them for other things. So if you are on days that it rains or snows, I absolutely do not like wearing these shoes outside, because then I go in the studio and then they're all dirty and gross, and the studio floor gets dirty, and there are some people that like to do dance barefoot. But it also just wears it out. So I try to have a sneaker, and I'm going to show you this because I have them on right now. I wear around the house and whatnot. These are just easy breezy slip-on shoes. I don't wear them for anything but just going around. They easily, again, just slip on and off. I don't have to tie them. And those are what I wear in between, like I'm running to the store, if I'm just sitting at my desk or doing other things. So that way I'm not wearing out my nice shoes. And the other option, the final option, would be a high top, which I don't have high tops because they just don't work for me. I have very small feet and thicker ankles in proportion to the size of my feet. So they just feel, I actually got a free pair of Rykas and I gave them to another instructor because I just don't like wearing high tops. Where high tops really are effective is if you do a lot of hip hop, if you do a lot of lateral movement that you want that ankle support. So you just need to figure out what you do most of in dance fitness. Do you pivot more? Do you jump more? Do you do a lot of lateral movement that you want that ankle support? Or you do a mixture of everything? Like I said, I do a mixture of just about everything that I lean more towards like a lot of cardio dance where I'm hopping. So I tend to go with a studio sneaker. This will also help me with pivots because of the pivot point. And I do get lateral support because of the base of the shoe here. What I wouldn't recommend, these are sneakers that I wouldn't use in a dance fitness class, is a running shoe. A running shoe is just going to propel you forward. It's not going to give you any movement laterally. And in dance, we are not going forward. I mean, there may be some moves that we travel forward and back, but for the most part, we're moving side to side. We're moving in our own space, and running shoes just are not going to be what's designed to work for you. Also, you want to try to avoid something that's really, really heavy because you're going to be carrying around the whole class. So, I mean, unless you want that effect of like almost like having an ankle weight, I steer away from anything that's really heavy. So I hope this video helped you and gave you some ideas of how to go out shopping for fitness shoes. There's lots of different companies that make studio shoes in addition to Rykas. I have a ton of Rykas because they fit my feet really well. But if you want to try out a different sneaker, Reeboks or New Balance or Nikes, lots of different shoes out there. I'll post this video on YouTube, and I'll post some links below the video so that way you can get direct links to where to shop for some products. I can give you a link for Rika to get some discounts, and also for Reebok if you'd like some discounts for that as well. I am an affiliate for both programs, so I do get some points and stuff for recommending them. But again, this is all about you finding what works for your feet. So I'll have a future video on bar footwear. So if you're taking any bar fitness classes, stay tuned for that Periscope and YouTube video that I'll be posting about what to wear on your feet when you're taking a bar fitness class. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow morning for a daily dose of dance. Every morning during the 9 o'clock hour right here on Periscope. Follow me, set your